guys, welcome back to the live stream tonight. We're talking about Adventure Van Expo 2022, the Bend, Oregon show. And so what I've done is I've got all my photos together from the event, and I just wanted to go through them and then show you guys all the different builds, some of them that are my favorite, and then we'll go ahead and just talk a little bit about the show, just in case you don't know about what Adventure Van Expo is. So Adventure Van Expo, it's a show for, it's not like an overlanding show. It's more focused on adventure vans in particular. So like the Ford Transit, Sprinters, Winnebago Revels, stuff like that. So type in Adventure Van Expo into Google. It'll pull up this website. Click on it. And then this is going to take you to the main web page. So again, no affiliation here, just showing you guys some cool stuff that I went to this year. If you're looking into getting some more inspiration and ideas for doing your own van build, or you're looking actually for some vendors. So if you click on Expos, let's see here, here we go. This is kind of the tour that they do. So this is for 2023, and they're actually going to start in California. Then they moved to Hood River, Colorado, and then down through a couple other places. It looks like, I guess Bend is not here. Interesting. But thankfully Chattanooga's there. That's the one that I'll be at again this year. So Chattanooga, we actually have a series on that that's coming up, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, they go through all these events and they show off vans. So when I show you the photos, you'll get a really good idea about what type of vans they bring there. They're really nice. So they do have a section that is a DIY section. They also allow you as a DIYer to bring your van and sell it if you would like to sell it. What's nice is, the public's already coming to check out the vans. So they put your vans right up front. And it gives you the best opportunity if you do want to sell a DIY build that you have put together. So let's go ahead, hop on the computer to the photos section. Oh yeah, by the way, let me show you the map here. So this is where the event was. So the name of the place is called Deschutes County Fair and Expo Center. So this really cool like circle looking thing. If I zoom out, it is right by the airport. So technically it's in Redmond. They call it the Bend show because Bend is right here. But even if you did fly into Bend and you stayed in Bend, it's just a quick drive right over here. But like I just said, currently I don't see Bend on the list. That might change. But anyway, we went here and let's just get on the photos. All right, so when we first came up, there's like an outer ring, and this is where you can actually camp. So you can camp at the event. That's really nice. I actually camped at the Chattanooga show as well. I stayed there 2 nights while we were showing off Thomas's van. But as you walk in, it's really great, super dog friendly. The culture is really cool at the van shows. And there's a bunch of companies. I'm going to try to shout out a bunch of these companies just so you guys can, maybe if you're just enjoy watching or you actually are trying to make a list of the people from this show. So Van Speed, we got Mod Vans. This is one of my favorite builders as far as just the aesthetics are incredible. So this is Elementum Vans. And so I have a 1999 KLR 650, and this is a just an awesome van build. Having that motorcycle in there, like an ADV motorcycle, having the bed breakdown, one of my favorite photos. Later on, I come back to his van and I show a little bit more details, but man, that just caught my eye. It's so cool. Very, very clean build. They do very, very nice builds. This is the section where you can sell your van. So they had a bunch of vans out there. You know, some of these vans, they look like they are ready to buy, or they were like a build that somebody was like, hey, you know, I just want to pass this on to someone else to work on, and that's okay too. But you can see some of these are actually not fully finished. But what's nice is through all these photos, you're going to be able to get a really good sense of your style, maybe what you like, what you don't like. When I was at Chattanooga, Tennessee, at the Vintage Van Expo there, we were parking Thomas's van. I went over to one of the neighbors that was, they were showing off their van. And it was interesting is they told me about everything they wanted to change. So they actually bought a van from a dealership. It was a Travato, but I'm not sure what model of the Travato it was. But they said they really got excited. They bought the van, and then all of a sudden they started finding out that the placement of like the fridge or where seating was, all of a sudden it was not what they wanted, and it was very difficult for them to change. And they said if they had gone back in time, they would have been able to maybe come to more of these shows, find out something that they really wanted now that they were kind of used to it, kind of try before you buy. So what's nice is if you go to these shows, you're going to see stuff. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's fully finished on these DIYs or it's a, you know, a pro build. You're just going to all of a sudden say, hey, you know, I like the fridge over here. I like that there's a sink. I really want a shower, or you know what? Now that I've walked in a van, maybe I don't need a shower. And I get a lot of inspiration from these too. So I'll change my mind a couple times. But yeah, these are DIY builds right here. It's really cool to see the quality that some of these DIYers are putting together. A lot of open space. Kind of the theme that I'm seeing this year is a lot of open space. People enjoy Murphy beds. They want to have some additional seating. So you'll see there's some additional seating right there. And storage. Storage is really difficult in a van. It's very difficult. Overhead storage is great. You just got to be really careful that you're mounting these properly. You know, have some structure when you're mounting them. If you watch a lot of YouTube, you'll see some people that they've been hitting big bumps and their shelves kind of fall out from the ceiling of their vans. So, you know, just make sure that thing is put in there really well. I always tell Thomas that we can turn his van upside down and everything would be held together. So he doesn't want to try that, obvious reasons. Got some different takes on builds. So this builder, they actually put the water tank in the middle, and then they have a mountain bike on either side. And again, when you're building a van, there's no rules. So if you want to do something your own way, you don't have to stick to the run-of-the-mill build where you have, you know, water tank on one side, power, that sort of thing. If you guys ever watch Humble Road, he likes to put the water tank above the axle, going horizontally, and just to distribute weight, and that's kind of like his thing that he does. So there's no wrong way to do it. Titan vans, I like Titan vans a lot. They do really clean builds, and I believe they're out of Boulder, Colorado. And they had a couple of things set up here. What I really liked about their booth is they have the seats inside their van so you can carry additional passengers. So when you have seats inside your van, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to sleep additional passengers. They might be outside in a tent. You might be bringing kids around town, picking them up, dropping them off, you know, picking up friends, stuff like that. So the seat can be a modular item. And you can see it's on L track right here. So this seat is actually able to ratchet forward, backwards, and be removed completely if you need to. And so this is the inspiration for the van behind me. Through going through these 2 shows this year, it's really changed my mind as far as what I want to do with the spec build that I'm doing in the shop. And so I went ahead and purchased this seat from Friedman Seating, and it's just such a cool product that has come out. This seat, as you guys can see, it folds up and out of the way. So you can regain all that space and still have 2 passengers whenever you want it. The one that I purchased has another feature. I think this one is, let's see if I can zoom, how far? Okay, if you guys can see, this one doesn't have the option, that's okay. So mine has these 2 rails on the outside, and you can actually attach a table to this seat when it's in this upright position. So it's an extension of a countertop. It's a really smart thing to do. So over there, I'm also, you guys will see this later in a stream, let's see here. Yep, the CRL window that they got on this side. We'll be installing another one of those on the van behind me. So the seat, this window, and then where they have this sink, I'm actually going to do a shower. So we'll do a shower. This is a 170-inch, I think, what is this, Promit? What is this? I think this is a Sprinter. But it's a 170. I know it's an extended. So what's challenging doing it in the 148 is you really got to count your inches on that. So the bed system, and the one behind me, will probably be more the size of the Revel. So that is a short, full mattress, if you guys are taking some notes tonight. They also have in the floor here a little pedestal. So this is from the marine industry. And if you look back here in the back, there's a table hiding right there. In the bottom of this table, this leg will actually go into this pedestal and be your table. Some people like this more than, say, the Lagoon tables because it's very, very sturdy. You just have to make sure that you got room for the pole that doesn't collapse and the table that comes with it. And then as we move in, this is something I really like about Titan vans, just how the interface panel for their systems is very, very clean. I think we got the AC on the right, remote control, the max fan on the left. The top is your inverter control. And this inverter control, let's zoom in. So this is a Victron Energy inverter on and off. But what this panel does, if you see this one, this is allowing you to dial in your shore power max amperage, I believe. So sometimes the shore power can be like a 20, 30 amp service, maybe 50 amps, and that I believe that this dial you can dial in so that it's not such an aggressive charge on your system. This middle thing, again, about 2 days ago we talked about some stuff on Amazon Blue Sea Systems. So this is the same 120 volt breaker, see that, 120 volts breaker that we have in Thomas's van. And what's nice is this is such a cleaner look than the bigger, what am I trying to say? The bigger AC panels, kind of like the cheap RV. Let's see here. Here, I'll just show you. So let's see, camper 120 volt AC panel. This right here. So this is not a bad unit. The company is Progressive Dynamics. They're good, but you see how kind of clunky it looks? It's very clunky. and it's really kind of overkill for me. You don't need that much stuff because you don't have slide outs in a van. You don't have, stuff like that. So you probably only have 4 inputs. So for example, Thomas's, we have the hot water tank, we have outlet 1, we have outlet 2, and then we have the microwave. So just very, very simple, clean. These are 15 amp breakers. And I love this Blue Sea Systems panel. As you come down, we have our heater, which is the Webasto heater. So that's what they have in this van. And then on the right side, this is their Victron Energy. It is reading off of the shunt. So it's a battery monitor. So it'll show you how much power is coming and going, and it'll auto-calculate your battery percentage and stuff like that. It's an expensive unit, but you can see it's so clean. This whole interface panel is so clean. And that's all they have. That's it. Now, I'm a big fan of Red Arc Electronics, so we'll be showing that to you in a future live stream. So second week of January, Thomas's van is coming back to finish up a couple panels that we needed to upholster that we didn't get to before we went to the show last year. And I'm going to go through on a live stream with you guys, and we'll walk through the whole Red Arc system. It's Bluetooth connected to your cell phone, so you can go through, and anything that's connected to the 10 and 30 amp circuits, you get, I think it's 5 and 5, so you get 10 circuits. You can control all those from your phone. And then this is a new product I'm probably going to start putting in vans. Not that I don't like the Red Arc system, but this is one of those game changer items. So one of the guys, so this is the Garmin power switch, and it kind of does the same thing that Red Arc does. It will connect to your phone via a Garmin app, and it controls 6 circuits. But the max current capacity on this is 100 amps. So you can put some serious stuff on here. Now this 12 volt only, but it's just a very clean, tiny unit. And in a van, simple is always better. All right, so coming back. Here's a microwave that I got a terrible picture of. This is a Contour. And then again, this theme of Murphy beds is kind of keeps coming through. Having the ability to be able to, still utilize your van for, I don't know, you want to buy something for your house or a piece of furniture, or you want to put your bikes in there, all that type of stuff. I'm always on the fence about fixed bed versus Murphy bed. I go hiking with my friends, I camp in my van, and the fixed bed, I love the fixed bed. I personally would not want to keep flipping up and down when I'm ready to go to bed at night, because usually that's the last thing you want to do is kind of make your bed while you're hanging out. Then underneath here, there's a little bit of storage there. You can see they got the coin grip lawn seal flooring. I thought these were cup holders, but they're actually pass-throughs to connect to this. So that's pretty cool. I guess you could still use them as cup holders. They've got under mount lighting, and then this is a aluminum frame. Looks like they probably made that in-house. This is not for pillows, but they just stuffed them there. That's what they told me. We've got a nice isotherm fridge right there. So that's probably the Isotherm Cruise 85 Elegance, maybe that's the technical term. This is with the bed down. And then the top here, you can see the AC unit that they have. Now, this AC unit is probably not I'm 100% sure this is not 12 volt. I'm pretty sure it's not. But anyway, they have AC. So the themes that I'm seeing from this we only looked at like one van, but is the seating for extra passengers, the Murphy bed and AC, and the shower. Let's see here. Oh, these are the CRL bunk windows. So I have a video of that you guys can check out. Next we have Field Van. This is a Sprinter, but Field Van has this pop-up here. So I'm not sure if I actually got that. Dogs for the show. Here we go. We're inside the Field Van. And this is a low roof, but it has the pop-up. And they do a really nice job. Their styling is great too. I love these marine slam latches. They get the sink, induction, fridge over here. And I love this layout. This layout, I was going to do this layout in the van behind me, but I really want that seat in there. I just want to have that. But this pop-up is so nice because you get to walk around when you're cooking during the day, and then at nighttime you can put it down. They still have room for some stuff above here. They got the microwave, and notice they have a little piece of metal foil here. It could be stainless or something like that. And that is because the induction stove is right underneath here. Just a different angle there. These things slide. So if you kind of think of like, I'm not sure if the Westfalia, like the Volkswagen Westfalias have this type of setup, but it, for some reason, reminds me of that, to where you can put these, so right up here, these pads come down so you can sleep somebody up there and down at the bottom. This is the back version, the back side. So we got some bed lights right here. It's pretty nice. Microwave, more storage. And let's see, they have that, this bed, and man, maybe somebody could be on that. But I doubt that they have a robust power system because there's nothing over here on this wheel well. Probably just enough, maybe like a 7-gallon fresh, 7-gallon gray tank type of thing. This one has the Fiamma F45S awning, so we'll be installing that on the van behind me as well. This is an adventure wagon build right here on the left and right. So this van on the right, if you guys watch the Bend, Oregon show, the video, it's not what we're doing tonight, this will show you that company. And then this van on the left has the double adventure van beds. These are the Moab Traverse bed system. And so what's really crazy about these beds, they are very, very expensive. These are in the like $3,000 range for the bed system itself, and then like another close to $1,000, don't quote me on that, for the mattress itself. So it's expensive, but what you're able to do is the rails on the interior of the adventure wagon kit, like the one that I'm building, allow this modularity. So you can buy this system, you can raise your bed up high, you can throw some bikes in the back, you can raise it down low. In this case, you can buy 2 of them, and one can go high, and you can have very comfortable sleeping. Now, you don't have to sleep left to right. You can sleep front to back in this van. That's how this adventure wagon is put together. Because you can see this rail right here is the front of the bed, and it's right by the door. But these rails on the adventure wagon, this is how you could adjust the beds up and down. And they have like these zigzag places so that as the van shape contours up, the beds can come in, and as the bed comes down, they can expand outwards. So pretty cool engineering from those guys. I just took a picture of that because I'm going to buy one of those for when I go camping. It's pretty cool, lightweight. And then Yep, so there's the adventure wagon. This is the other van. I don't think I took any photos. Nope, I didn't do that. This is a Winnebago Revel, and I think an RV manufacturer was just showcasing this. They didn't have it all cleaned up, so I still took a picture of it because it had the bed up. I was just taking photos. And here's another van. So this is a medium roof. It has the fridge here. So this is Isotherm Cruise 85. I don't think it's the 130 because a 130, it's about almost 25 inches after you get these two things on the side. The 85 is probably what I should have bought instead of the 130, but I was trying to get the best of the best when I got parts for that. And again, see, they have this seat folded up. I mean, it's just really, really cool. These guys at Timberline, they make a hydronic heating system similar to Rixson. Now, that's very controversial. I'm sure Rixson doesn't want to say that this system is like theirs and vice versa, because pretty much they're the only two hydronic systems like that you can just buy right off the shelf. Timberline, I think, is more competitive price-wise than Rixson, but I mean they all have their pros and cons. So that might be interesting. I'd love to. I've met him a couple times, so it'd be cool to interview him again and just. Well, actually, I probably just need to post that interview. That'd be what I should do. There's one already with him talking about the system, but if I could actually pick his brain about what's the differences in his system other than Rixson, because I don't think when I talked to him about that, we didn't talk about that. I think his interface right here, the screen, I know Rixson doesn't have anything like that. Theirs is more manual. Elementum Vans has a Rixson system in it, so just kind of memorize this, and then when we get to the Rixson system in the Elementum van, I can show you the difference. Here's the Winnebago Revel. I really love Winnebago Revels. And here's a company, I have no clue why I don't know who Grit Overland was, but when I went to this show, they've been around for a while. I believe they're up in Canada, and they make a lot of vans. So Grit Overland's the name of their company. And this is kind of they have the very like marine-esque build design. So this material right here, this is like what am I trying to say? It's like plastic, but almost like a Teflon plastic. And they CNC this stuff out. And so they just have this one CNC panel, CNC here. So it is a little cookie cutter, but they do good quality with volume, and so sometimes you kind of get that cookie cutter, aesthetic because it's got to be repeatable, and that's kind of their business model. So instead of like a built-in fridge, you can see they have like a cooler style Dometic fridge. That's like a CFX series. Then they have the upper cabinets here. I do like how utilitarian it is because this, even though some of these aesthetics you might not like, you gotta, the hardware that they're using, it looks to me that it can take a beating. It's so simple, clean hinge, slam latch, that's it. It's not like a soft close. It's not some hardware from Lowe's. It's pretty beefy. And then I'm a big fan of just upholstering everything, just kind of soften it up. The nice thing about this fabric, I'm 99% sure this is a Marathon fabric, and this is Heather Gray is the name of this color. And it actually has Teflon inside it or something like that, and it's extremely stain resistant. I remember I was working on Thomas's van, and somehow I had like some spray paint residue on the workbench, and I took the panel that I was upholstering for him, and a little bit of that like dried spray paint got on there. And I took some denatured alcohol, and I was like, well, let me just try it, because I heard it was stain resistant. And I just wiped it off. It completely came clean, and as soon as the alcohol evaporated, I mean, you couldn't tell. And so that was nice that it does that, because as Thomas is bringing the paragraph back and forth, if he has any like scuff marks from the tires, just a little bit of denatured alcohol comes right off on a rag. So yeah, Marathon fabric. And yeah, I'll take 2 seconds and let me show you where that is. That needs to be another video. So Marathon fabric from Perfect Fit. So that company that I was showing you guys earlier. Man, the internet's slow. Anyway, perfectfit.com has the Marathon tweed fabric. All right, let's keep on going. This is cool what they did. They have this kitchen galley, and they have extended all the way to the very rear of the van. That's pretty cool. Because again, guess what? Murphy bed. Sliding drawer. Kind of the theme of the year. Wait, let me slow down. Volcano Vans, I have not heard of them. I did not go check out their van. Not that that was bad or anything, just didn't go over there. I didn't go to this guy. Deep Cycle Systems. Looks like they're from Australia. That's pretty cool. So that's a Mercedes. It's not I was going to say Unimog. I think Unimog's a little bit bigger than that. Outdoorsy was there. Talked to them a little bit. We went inside here. If you guys watched the video, did a little interview with them. They're a platform that you can go on their website and rent a van and try van life before you commit to it. It's kind of their slogan. Then we got our storyteller on the right. We've got Flare Space. I think this is Elementum right here. And then we got Van Speed back here. So we'll go through. We got way more photos. So again, here's that Progressive Dynamics box. You kind of see how it's kind of clunky. It's not clean looking. And this is a very standard layout. You got 2 overhead bins. Though some people opt to just do one overhead on one whole side of the van so that their head's not hitting it. But you know, if you want to double up storage, this might be a way to do it. Just make sure you don't wake up in the middle of the night and bust your head. I do like how they have the wood ceiling. That's nice. And then below here we've got our water tank fill on the left, probably got our power system and everything on the right, and a bunch of cubbies on the bottom to put stuff into. Flare Space, they make the little bump outs here like that little yellow panel. Here's another one. This looks like it was Rhino Line yellow, kind of wild. And I just saw this when I was kind of prepping this for you guys today. Day Lodge. This is an inflatable, this is an inflatable awning. It's kind of wild. I don't know how good that would work when it starts raining. It'd probably collapse. Never seen this before, so I don't know if this is Flare Space, but there's a bump out here, and then there's another bump out here. These are Tern Overland, so the Arctic Tern windows is what it looks like to me. Those are those like double acrylic windows that we were talking about in another live stream. And then we've got, let's see here. This is an unfinished, a builder's van that was unfinished, but I like to show you guys these photos so you can kind of see the internal work. So you got the van, a little bit of Havelock, 80/20. Here's what I was talking about yesterday, how they're kind of recessed so you can access the Allen bolt. Got a water tank. This doesn't look like it's being used. This is pretty wild here. We've got, wait, I think the next picture is more clear. There you go. Yeah. So for me, I would clean this up a little bit. I know it's not going to be seen, but I probably organize it just a little bit different than here, or the way they have it. We talked about this yesterday. That's that box for the solar disconnect. So they get 2 of them. So they probably have 2 separate systems. Now, if you have different wattage solar panels, so say you have 2 that are 100 watt each, and then 2 that are 175 watt each, you're going to want to split those so that the 200 watts are on one side, and then the 2 175s are on the other side. Just a good rule of thumb to split those circuits. So maybe that's what they did. Got a disconnect switch going into the Battleborn batteries right here, and I guess those are not even connected. Interesting. These are 270 amp hour. These are the Game Changer 2.0 or 3.0 batteries, 270 amp hours each. Then up here we got our DC to DC charger. So this would be for the battery of the van, the engine battery, charging whatever these batteries through the alternator. So this is what modulates the voltage from the alternator. So you got like a clean 30 amps coming in and another 30. Typically you don't want to go over 60 on just this factory alternator. The MPPT, that is a solar charge controller over here. So if you guys want to nerd out, you have 2 different types of solar charge controllers. You're going to have the MPPT, and then you're going to have, man, what is the other one now that I just had that? Let's see if Renogy, there we go. Charge controllers. PWM, that's what it was. So one's an MPPT and then one's PWM. So PWM is the kind of original, but it's the more inefficient. It stands for pulse width modulation. So that's the way that they modulate the voltage to something that the lithium iron phosphate batteries can charge from, or lead acid or whatnot. Then the MPPT is maximum power point tracking. That's a little bit more precise way of getting the power out of the solar panel. And I mean, it's only a $60 difference. So if you're on a budget, completely understand, but MPPT is the way to go if you can. And then they got a Lynx distributor. So that's what I use in Thomas's van. It's essentially a very nice high-end bus bar. And then they've got the new Multiplus 2 3,000 watt inverter. That's a really nice inverter. It's a little bit, Victron slimmed these up. The ones before were kind of short and, you know, they were thicker on this side and they weren't as tall. So this is allows to, be put in tighter spots. Let's keep going. Here you go, we got some color here. Now I've seen ceilings do this before, where they kind of have this open thing. I'm not really a big fan of it, but I've seen it. It's kind of a cool aesthetic design. These lights are really awesome. They have a USB port, so you can charge your phone and use them as a light. The pop of color is really nice. Yeah, motorcycle, not a van. All right, so this is the Elementum's van. And yeah, this thing is so cool. Let me zoom in where you guys can see the whole thing. So they've got 2 Max fans in there, and he's got L-track everywhere, on the ceiling, on the sides over here, tons of puck lights, overhead storage. This is like a solo bed, so like for a oh no, actually, that's right. He said you can fold this down just as a solo, or you can fold it twice if you don't have the bike in here and have it like a normal bed. That's like a ski snowboard rack. And man, these things are so cool. Check that out. This is a motorcycle foot peg L-track clamp. That is so cool. Here's their other van. This one was the extended, and it had a lot of stuff in there. I wonder how many photos I took. Oh, by the way, they do all these bumpers and the roof rack. All that stuff is done in-house. This is not Elementum. This is Van Speed. Right there, Van Speed. Van Speed is a very zen vibe. They have their woodworking is very, very nice. I mean, look at this. This is very, very good craftsmanship. So Van Speed really liked. They also do all their own roof racks in-house, but just very, very clean. Really, really awesome. Got a little drawer there to put some stuff in. This is the same van, just from a different angle. Actually, no. We'll come back to this van in some more photos. This one has a shower. This is the other van that they had. And actually, maybe it's the same van. Anyway, let's just look at this one. I think this is the other van. One had a shower, one had the dinette style seating in the back. Got a little leaf you can raise to extend the countertop area, always a good idea. Little storage here for some shoes. Love the ceiling. Yeah, this is the one with the dinette in the back. So people like this, if you're entertaining a bunch of people, you got a lot of friends coming, they still have room for isotherm. That might be an 85. Love the lighting. Some indirect lighting too. And this turns into a bed. And then we have some overhead storage, and yeah, looks really good. This is exterior. Now they build everything: the roof rack, the ladder, the surfboard holder, and the bump outs, I believe. So they're bump outs you can buy with this window in it, like this bunk slider. Really cool. These sliders down here. Over here at Mod Vans. Mod Vans is interesting. They kind of have a little, I think it's a little quirky inside the design that they have, but you know, everybody has their kind of own thing. This one's just pretty simple. They got Schillman seats up there. Those are really high-end seats. Oh, this is not Mod Vans. This was a pretty wild van. This is, yeah. This is not this. But this is pretty wild. This van had some wild lighting. Really, really complex design. This is a different van. This is a 120 volt fridge. I'm pretty sure they can just run it off of an inverter. They got a shower in there. Pretty cool. This looks like, I'm not sure what that is. I don't know if that is that like swamp style cooler. I'm not sure. Got some speakers down here. I think that's what that is. Yeah, this is fun. Some fun colors. And then the back with a dinette. And this one actually has a hydraulic assist right here. So these, you open these clamps down, and this is kind of, I think it's air assisted. It's got like an air spring inside, so you just push it down and lock it in place. And then when you need to pull it up, it easily comes up. But yeah, pretty cool vibe with that van. We have our, this is a carbon monoxide detector. I have the same one in my van. It's pretty cool. They come with lithium batteries now, so they last a very long time. This is a shower washdown door. Looks like we got some onboard air. And we've got water fill. We've got our very simple DIY setup here. Power disconnect. It's a better view of that table mount. Again, straight from the boating industry. Then we have these guys, these luxury, I don't really call them, I mean, they have all the connections. They got water, probably, yeah, all the sewer connections. I don't think I looked inside these. I just was getting some photos. Gretsch. Yeah, Gretsch is a pretty well-known manufacturer of kind of high-end RVs like that. Oh, Kent says that was a Flare Space Mega Flare. Gotcha. Awesome. Flare Space Mega Flare. This is, what company is this? It's hard to say this is Storyteller because it might be a Storyteller with a bunch of accessories on top. I don't know if it, maybe the CA Vans van. But check this out. They've got Starlink on the roof. They got a Coleman. It's probably a Mach. I don't know which version that is. The Mach series of the Coleman AC units, they tend to be the more quiet ones. I'm not super precise on that, but I know people like them. I want to say like the Mach 8 or something like that. This is, I don't think this is WeBoost. It may be WeBoost. So that would be your Wi-Fi, your cellular boost. Or it could be, yeah, probably your cell boost. I think does WeBoost have that type of antenna? Let's see. Yep. So that's a WeBoost antenna right there. WeBoost. But I mean, that's awesome. They even have an umbrella up there. That's a party deck for sure. Remember what I said about weight on your roof. You gotta be very careful. I know it's fun to put all that stuff up there, but be careful how much weight you put up there. If you have to take a very sharp turn or you gotta avoid an accident, you're gonna know how much weight you got up on your roof. This is Storyteller. So you can see Storyteller again with a theme of Murphy bed. They've got all their water system over here, and they do a really good job for anybody that's new to the whole van life, or people that are not, savvy with, all these switches and valves and stuff like that. So they actually have a nice clean panel to show you how everything works. They've got L-Track in here. What always is interesting to me is the gap between the Groove Lounge and the galley is so narrow. I'm talking that's like 12 inches or something like that. Of course, I can't really say anything about that because the way that I'm going to do this van, when you're in driving mode and have the seat down, you're not really going to be accessing the back. So mine will be pretty much the same thing, but the thing about theirs is this is a fixed seat, so it does not flip and fold out of the way. I did know that their cabinets, they're very shallow depth. So over here too, very shallow. So you can actually kind of see the headrest in the shelves, in the cabinets. So not too much storage. I mean, you can actually see how much the microwave sticks out. And those overhead storage bins, that's really all you have. There's nothing in here. They do have that, I think it's called the Halo shower system. So that's pretty cool. I mean, they're doing a lot to have a, a standardized system that they can replicate. So that's that Coleman AC unit. Oh yeah. Another view of the Elementum van. I think this is a KTM 890 Adventure R. Love that motorcycle. That is so cool. With the Moscow Moto bags. Those are just top of the line. And then look at this thing. This thing is so cool. Very awesome. Oh yeah, here's that Rixson system. So, like I was saying earlier, Rixson has more of like a digital display. It doesn't have like a screen to give you any readouts. It's mostly just temp, high-low type of thing. But if it's simple, and that's what you're looking for, I say they're both about the same. So this is the second Elementum van, and this is just amazing. I think he has like 5 or 6 of the Game Changer 270 amp hour batteries in here. I don't know, I could be blowing that out. He may have maybe 3. He has a lot. This is all audio system, just the audio entertainment system, and then you've got the this is that old school multi-plus inverter. So nice, clean underneath the seat. Got seat belts, and that actually pulls out into a bed. They fabricate this shower system in-house. Just really, really awesome. They're actually running their AC unit off of an inverter. So that's okay to do that. I mean, if you have the money and budget and you can get like 6 of those Game Changer batteries, I mean, you could run that AC off the inverter if you want to. The bed in the back is nice. It's up high enough to where you can get some bikes in. Really nice, clean. Everything's very clean in these vans. I love this. Kind of like that airline vibe to where it's kind of get that indirect lighting. Love that. Got a 2-burner induction. I'm not the biggest fan of 2-burner inductions. need to know that when you get an induction stove, even though you have 2 burners, your maximum wattage that you can pull out to run the system is typically always like 1800 watts or something like that. So if you cranked a burner up to 1000 watts, you'd only have, the other one would only be like 800 watts. And so if you bumped it up to 1200, you got 600, so it's kind of, it does that. You wouldn't be able to actually use, to my knowledge at the moment, both of these at full power. So this is the fridge that I have. So you can see how wide it goes into the floor. So maybe I'm open to doing this type of orientation. People love this because it's right by your door. If you need to put the groceries in, the fridge is right there. So it's very, very convenient. They did some ninja moves and somehow were able to fit in a cutting board and a drawer full of silverware in here. I mean, look how tight that is. It's so clean. Very, very good job. And it just gets better. I mean, look at this. We've got the outdoor shower, quick connects, and then I believe that is is that a Husky? It's a, what is it? Pretty sure that's like an onboard air chuck. Pendleton fabric. I mean, that's so nice that they actually took the seats apart and put the Pendleton fabric in there. The dash is super clean. Even these buttons down here. So this is all aftermarket, but they somehow just cleanly put that in the bottom. Very nice job. Again, they're using the Rixson system. They're using the Victron Energy. This is that new monitor screen. So you can, on the right-hand side, you can actually do levels for your, like your main water tank, shower sink. So that would be main water, probably your gray water, and your sink too. AC mode. So that's probably your inverter. We got current. Yeah, nice clean interface. Again, just clean. I guess that was a better picture. Then in the back, they have 2 bikes, and they have 4 surfboards, and then room for helmets and stuff like that. They got a rear washdown with onboard air. They even have like a little air chuck right here, so they can blow it off with air. Pretty cool. And again, Murphy bed. There's some grass. We boost. And so this looks like, is that a room? Yeah, room built rack. LP6s or 8s? LP9s. Man, those are so nice. These are like $600 lights. They're wild. And then you got some rigid lights down here. And we got a factor 55 fair lead with Warn. I'm not sure what that is. What Warn version that is. And then just like these little details. So this is like kind of like this Rhino lined or Line-Xed. So that's done pretty nicely. More rigid lights. And they did this in-house. They built this roof rack in-house. Pretty amazing. And that's me just, I'm still obsessing about this thing. Oh, that's so cool. And there's the van again. Just kind of looking at the lights and stuff like that. He's got RAM mounts all over the van. So that's like probably for an iPad. Again, super clean. very clean. And then over here, this is Van Speed. So Van Speed has a couple different ones. They just have some brochures here with some different layouts. And like I was saying earlier, they make the roof rack, the front bumper, the mule system, which is like a modular rack on the back that can hold like jerry can, shovel, spare tire. They have the capsules, which that is the bump outs with their flares. So this is that first Van Speed van that I said I was going to come back to. And I mean, the shower is up front and center, but it's very, very clean. So it's similar to what the one that I will build is. So there's these PVC or CPVC. I'm not sure the technical PVC panel that's used here, but it's the same thing that I would use. Again, being able to flip up, get additional counter space is nice. And I mean, their ceiling looks awesome. The black and white for the shower, very, very nice. And I like this too. I just noticed this detail when I was kind of going through these for you guys today. Look at this. So this is the same exact sink that we put in Thomas's van. It's is it a Kohler or it is, no, it's LK, ELKAY. And so they routered this out. And Thomas, if you're watching this, we didn't router this out on your van because of the epoxy coat we did on the countertop. If we had routed it out, it'd be almost impossible to gauge the thickness, the final thickness of the epoxy to make up for the diameter of, the width of the sink. So if you do like a clean thing like this, you can inset it. But I like that detail. Yeah, so clean, love it. Isotherm Cruise, Prep 85, one of my favorite fridges. Dual burner, looks cool. Of course, any stainless steel 12 volt is good in my book. Man, that ceiling, they just nail it. That's such a great ceiling. Drawer slides, very, very popular. And there is that rear modular rack that they have. Looks really nice. I guess I could zoom into this for you guys and kind of show the details of it. Really, really nice. Behind the door, they have a rear spray down. That's nice as well. Yeah, so see this, guys? They have a flip-up seat that I'm looking to do. So, I mean, it's just such a great idea. So I'm excited to show you guys that in the future. Man, that's so cool. Wouldn't you guys agree? That is a really cool seat. And so what they have here, this is just a 7-gallon gray water tank. Easy to take out, put back in. Nice bamboo dividers. That's Elementum. So they have Starlink and the WeBoost up top. This is Tiny Watt Solar, and this is their all-in-one system. And it is very clean, very, very nice. You have to have a pretty good budget for this because this is 100% all high-end components here. Because I mean, you even have the Victron lithium batteries, so you got 400 amp hours. But guess what? This is at 25.6 volts. So this is a 24 volt system. So 24 volt, you just double the amp hours, and that gives you the equivalent of a 12 volt system. So instead of 400 amp hours, this is 800 amp hours. So just think of like 800 amp hour batteries. Again, Link's distributor system, the smart BMS, get the Orion. You've got the, this is the, oh, that's a 5,000 watt inverter. Ton of power, amazing. There's like a little mini system, and so this is what they were going for. This is for a Ford Transit, but it's a all-in-one power, water, and bed system. So pretty neat thing that they got going on. And let's see, is this the end of? Is this the end? I had one more day in there. This was, where was this? JB, you can pop in, tell us where this was. Something rock. This park that we went to. You gotta do a little sightseeing when you go to Oregon. Yeah, this place was amazing. Yeah, that's a climber right there, by the way. Look at that, crazy. There's vans coming up. Look at that. Man, that's wild. There we go. So getting back to the show, this is the second day. Canyon Adventure Vans, also CA Vans. They're the ones that had that, I knew that was them, that crazy roof rack up there. They make a lot of really good components for Winnebago Revels, so like the rear like kitchenette storage for them. This is the Winnebago Revel that we're looking at earlier, and that was just an induction stove outside of the van. This is a good idea to do something like this, so you have a little bit more outdoor cooking. So people are a big fan of this. The L-Track right here, it looks cool. Plus you can actually adjust it, like if you're on, you know, a tilted, kind of the side of a hill type of thing. And then this little thing right here, Rolef Canada. They are makers of a high-end mosquito net system. In Thomas's van, the bug wall is what he has in it, and those guys are great too. Oh man, these Owl van wheels, they are so nice. So nice. Yeah, I'm still a big fan of the Revel, even though it's kind of, you know, it's kind of like the old school RV type of thing. Just for like getting up and getting out of there, this is a pretty great van. The flooring system, I forgot the name of the company that does this flooring. I'll come back to that. But you know, like when you have one of these, you're not going to win any style awards with the way that they lay this out. I mean, they look nice. They make it look nice with this black backdrop, piece of metal. But yeah, everything is pretty basic in here. This is, I'm pretty sure that's a Timberline hydronic system right there. That's the interface window. One place, that is the old school RV level indicator. Xantrex Freedom, so that would be your inverter. The Freedom is typically like a 2,000 or 3,000 watt inverter. This one's probably 2,000. And then we've got, it's actually got a, what is that? I'm not sure if it has it might have a generator on it. Zamp Solar, they're actually, I believe, made in the USA, those products. But for me, budget-wise, it doesn't really make sense. Their panels are pretty expensive. See, CA Vans, they've got the Lagoon table, and then this over here, this little ottoman thing, and this side, I think is CA Vans too. Looks like I did not get a picture of the back of this van to show you guys that. Infinity Vans, I did not check out that van. Looks pretty cool. Van Compass, they do the lift systems for Sprinters and Transits. I think maybe ProMasters, I'm not sure about that. Thomas has a Van Compass system on his van. They come with Falcon shocks right here, like this. I want to take a picture of this because there's a company called Decked. They make boxes, they make toolboxes for pickup trucks. So basically you'd have this whole system that you drop in the bed of a pickup truck and you tie it down right here, like just like your tie downs. And they pull out, like, see these wheels or these drawers, and they pull out on each side. What's pretty cool is they decided to build them for vans. So this is a Ford Transit, and you can put this right in your Ford Transit and have two rolling slide-out drawers. For the money, I would, if you have time, I would do your own DIY, get some 500-pound drawer slides, build your own box, even if it didn't look this good, because these things are very expensive, or more expensive than I think they're worth, because this area right here is not utilized. This area right here is not utilized. This area right here is not utilized. So it's not the best use of space, but it's, if you want a quick and one and done type of thing, you can get it. It even has a bottle opener. Let's see. Did I get one in focus? Nope. So over here, I've got the same hot water heater. So this is a Bosch 4-gallon hot water heater. They make 2 and 4 gallon, I think. They're just a 120, 110 volt hot water system. We put a slim A.O. Smith, if you can believe it, from Lowe's in Thomas's van because the footprint was perfect. Isotherm makes a slimline hot water tank, but it's very expensive. Got some Battleborn batteries in here. I know this is out of focus. I'm just checking out underneath the bed here. Somebody had the rear shower set up. That's always pretty cool. So this is from the show at Chattanooga. So I wonder if that's all the photos that I have. So that's Thomas hanging out there. Let's see if I have. Yeah, let's finish up with some photos here of the Expo that we did in Chattanooga. And then that'll be it for the stream. Hopefully, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and put those in the comments right now. And I'll go ahead and get to them. So this is Thomas Van. This is as of let's see. This is as of I guess October. And so this is what his van looks like. You guys haven't seen this far. This is probably the most finished picture you guys have seen. But yeah, it's coming along great. Went with a drawer fridge. We've got a slide out here for his Keurig coffee maker. He's got a Murphy bed. Really proud of the ceiling that I built here. Trying to kind of match the floor, so that kind of like a mirrored effect. And man, it came out so good. This LED strip here is a LED diffuser strip, and this is all Amazon stuff. It's pretty amazing what it looks like. And yeah, so we got that, and then coming on down, we've got a little overhead storage for him, kitchen light, and then the refrigerator, and then the power system on the left. And then there's a couple of pictures from the show. So here's another van. I saw the wine bottle on glasses, and I just thought this was kind of a fun take that they did. This is cool. So if you see these little blue things sticking out, it looks wild, but these are locking drawer slides, and they're very heavy duty. They're extremely heavy duty. So they probably have a table up here, storage drawer, and a drawer down here. But if you ever see these, they're like blue or yellow. They're beefy slides. Typically, they're like they can hold like 500 pounds. Let's see, what was this? Contravans? What's the name of this company? Look at that ceiling. That's nice. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And this little dinette inside, it's pretty cool to do this. It's a very tight fit, so you're barely going to fit maybe a 4-foot wide bed, which would be a short full, an RV short full, dinette, and then a little storage over here. Looks pretty good. Not sure if that was the outside. Yep, that's the outside of this van. And that's me looking at motorcycles again. This one is pretty cool. This has got a pull-out drawer slide, and it looks like they've stacked together Flatline Vanco cabinets. So they make a 4-foot one and a 2-foot. So what they've done is they've just stacked these on top of each other. It's a pretty ingenious way to get as much storage as possible. Just buy a bunch of them and make them fit. That's pretty cool. This is nice. This is a different style, kind of like folding bed. I forgot there's a company that is making these now for vans. The name slipped my mind. But very clean power system. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Battleborn 100 amp hour batteries. Looks like they got the Titan Vans DIY spray down. I've got that too. It's excellent. We got another van here. So this is pretty dark inside, but sometimes that's what somebody's going for. You know, they don't want to deal with the windows and the glass. Which, to be honest, it is, you lose a lot of thermal If it's hotter, fan's going to get hotter. The more glass you have, it's colder. It's going to let it more cold. This one's wild. This is somebody that's been traveling. So it's kind of a low bed, but still able to fit the bike in there. It's pretty nice. And I think that's all. That is all for today's stream, Friday night. Pretty long. Hey guys, I'll wait here for just a minute or two and see if anybody has any questions before we end the live stream tonight. Also going to check the YouTube over here. See if you got any comments. All right, guys. If we don't have any questions, we'll end it here for the live stream tonight. We will resume first thing Monday afternoon. We'll do another stream. We're probably going to do 7 o'clock in the afternoon. Seems to be really nice for everyone. But yeah, there is a poll asking what time slot works best. Vote on that. Put in the comments too. Good times for doing this. These long streams in the evenings are awesome. Love to answer some more questions. So for next week, put some questions together. Look forward to seeing you guys then. And yeah, we will see you in the next live stream.